What's going on, guys? Hopping on to just do a little bit of a chit chat about something that I hadn't talked about before. I've been meaning to talk about it, and I've made a couple of videos, but I just never uploaded it. Um, I want to talk about tarot card reading and how these tarot card readers are participating in gang stalking and how they're participating in um, this Golden Dawn era where they're working with these Freemasons and they're working with these secret societies in a very low vibrational and dark manner, but still trying to pose as being bringers of light when they are not. So I'm not really sure if anyone's familiar with how tarot card readers operate online. And that's really the only part that I'm familiar with. I don't know about, how they operate if you were to go in and talk to them in person. And I've never done any shit like that. I don't have to um, go in and get readings and shit like that. I don't have to do things like that. Um, I do pretty well on my own. But this shit was brought to me and brought into my life because I am being targeted. I am being gang stalked, and I'm being targeted and gang stalked by the darkness, these witches, warlocks, Freemasons. And that's an umbrella of police officers, coven members, um, basically your regular run of the mill. And how I got introduced to it, if you will, because, for me, I used to be associated with organized religion. And so in organized religion, they speak pretty heavily in a very negative way against tarot card reading. It's called divination, and they don't promote that. So I'd never been around it. I'd never been affiliated with it. I never knew anyone who had gotten a reading or, participated in anything like that. And so it was about 2 years ago. They had sent, I guess, what you would call a honeypot to me, raggedy piece of shit nigga, who I guess they thought I was gonna, lay my guard down with and link up with, which I still think is hilarious that they still do shit like this, because they should know by now that kind of shit's not gonna work on me. I'm not looking for anybody to link up with in a romantic level or in a romantic way. I'm not even really looking for friends. I'm just looking for people who I can be an ally, can link up, like-minded, and might be able to work together as a business partner to get shit done pertaining to this illegal criminal act that's going on with this Stasi program. That's it. And that's still it. But they sent this dude to me who just kept following me and watching me and popping up in places where I was. And at this time, I was spending a lot of my time in an open forum, if you will. I'll say that and I'll leave it that way. And he kept following me to every location that I would go to. When I would go to certain places at night to settle, he kept following me and ended up over in the same spot. And so he'd done that a couple of times. And, once I fall asleep, these people got a hold of my phones and start doing shit to my, trying to link themselves up to my devices so they can keep an eye on me. They can watch me. They can get my text messages when they would come into their phone. When I would get a phone call, or if I make a phone call and vice versa, they would try to link their phone up to my phone. And I think his name was Vince. Victor or Vince. And I'm pretty sure he was working with the police directly. Anyway, so one night he follows me over to this location where I was and just could not shake this nigga. Just kept following me boldly. And even though I would pack up my things and leave, he just kept, insisting on being in my environment. So one night he asked me, um, have I ever been around or been involved with tarot card reading? And I say no, because of course, like I'm just coming out of, and at this time, had been done with religion for quite a while, but it was still something, tarot card reading. I'm not going to get into it in this video, but it's not the way that the things that they're doing. It's not reliable. I'll just put it that way, just to try to be respectful and try not to say anything too bad, because again, it isn't anything worse than religion, in my opinion. So I said no, I don't, I've not, and I don't. Oh, okay, So like the next couple of days, all of a sudden I'm getting these feeds popping up on my phone with these tarot card readers. And, with them, they're doing their channel, and they're doing what they would call a general reading, which is just, they'll read for whatever zodiac sign they decide to read for that day or for that moment. And it was no coincidence. I mean, this motherfucker had already put his stuff into my phone and connected his shit to my phone. So the stuff that he's watching is being recommended to me. So anyway, I come to an understanding pretty quickly during my Stasi attack that nothing is accidental and nothing is coincidental. So I began studying this and trying to figure out, what was going on. This is before I really started to come into an understanding of how heavy witchcraft played a role in my being attacked, in my being gang stalked, and how much Freemasonry and these secret societies were into the occult practices, which witchcraft is heavily involved in that. And so obviously I needed to be aware of just who all is attacking me and how they're attacking me. So I began looking into this. And to make a long story short, I discovered that there was this one woman, this girl, who was 100% watching me for these Freemasons. And what was so funny is that if you look into Freemasonry, they claim that they don't allow women to be a part of the Freemasonry club, that, you can be a Eastern Star, but you can't be a Freemason. But, in the beginning, when I started kind of like listening to this girl and really picking apart the fact that she was really watching me, nothing to do with her being a fucking psychic. She was just fucking watching my channel, and watching me through the same program, the same method that all the rest of the freaks were watching me through. And so I started to okay, so I got tarot card readers stalking me too and watching me and participating in this shit. So I got into it and discovered that, yes, there were at that time, I think maybe 10 to 15 tarot card readers that were participating in this gang stalking and working directly with these Freemasons to perform witchcraft, to watch me, to send me messages through their program. I mean, it was insane. And what I thought was so funny is that none of these bitches had any real gifts. None of them were psychic. None of them were able to, look into any further dimensions or any other ether. It was all just basically them using the same methods, the same spying devices that were being used to watch me and surveil me through these Freemasons and these police officers and all these people who are participating in this crime against me. And I say this, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in coming up videos, but I wanted to kind of talk about it now because, I really kind of come to a conclusion that one of the main reasons, and there are many, but one of the main reasons that these people come after you is because they ain't shit. They have no abilities. They don't have any gifts. They don't have anything special about themselves. Not that they've taken the time to look into it. They're complete sociopath losers who sit around and take money to do fucked up shit to other people. All of them. They covet, stalk, and watch somebody like a fucking creep. Decide that they want that person. They want that person's body. They want that person's life. They want that person's abundance. They want that person's, clothes or the way that person looks. And that's all it's ever about. You're dealing with, on a fundamental level, a bunch of fucking losers who are sitting back like a bunch of jealous ass high schoolers who are angry and pissed off because you have something that they don't. And it can be tangible or intangible. It doesn't matter, because that's how losers think. And for you to sit up and be a fake psychic and pretend to have gifts that you do not have, which is what the currency of this dark ass world is. People just pretending to be something that they are fucking not, and they will never ever be able to be. But it blew my mind that it's like, so you got these fucking tarot card readers participating in gang stalking too, and now these bitches will get on and start claiming to be gang stalked as well. After they done set up and watched your fucking channel like a bunch of fucking losers, study what you do, what you go through, and what happens to you. And now they're trying to act like, oh, I'm being gang stalked because I'm a tarot card reader. It is unreal how deep and how far down the dark bunny hole this shit goes. Unreal. And it's these very bitches who are watching me and gang stalking me that want to sit up and say they're being gang stalked as well. This fad, this phenomenon that is starting to happen more and more now, where these gang stalkers, because they're all narcissistic, they gotta get some recognition for their handiwork. They are now going out making channels and videos about how they're being gang stalked as well. Now they're making movies about this shit and really trying to put it on so they can have an outlet to talk about it. They could talk about how evil they are and how intelligent they think they are doing this shit to innocent people. Like, for instance, for me, I don't get a lot of recognition for what I'm doing or what I'm going through because my fucking shit is shadow banned. I'm talking to a bunch of fucking perps, even right now. But because they're able to get on and get the little YouTube play star plaque and award and, 1,000 and 100,000 views and subscribers, they're able to put this narrative out about them being gang stalked when they're really the perps and the gang stalkers themselves. Classic. Fucking classic. But yeah, for my real ones out there, you may not even know this because I didn't know it, because, I don't fuck with tarot card reading. I don't fuck with that shit. I don't have to. But if you ever decide to go look into that shit, you'll see just how many of them bitches are running around doing the same shit to you as a regular perp. It's unreal. It's unfucking real.